All right. Welcome to Best Academy TV. In this video, we'll be treating more on binary operation. That is question 2 here. In case you're not able to get our first video on binary operation, you can click the subscribe button to get the first video. Okay. Now, this is this important question you need to know in terms of Uniport UTME. In case if you are writing Uniport UTME exam, make sure you study on binary operation. Very important, okay? And make sure you join our WhatsApp platform to get more tips on Uniport UTME. You can also buy the past question from the comment section. From the comment section there, you see a link. You can get the past question there, okay? Now let's try to solve this. But before we solve this, let's know more about this binary operation here. All right. So in solving binary operation here, we have two parts. We have the binary operation part and we have the mathematical operation. So the left-hand side is the binary operation part, while the right-hand side is the mathematical operation. Okay. Now this side here, this left-hand side here is the binary operation, while the right hand side here is what? Mathematical operation. So we use this here. Listen to me please. Listen to me please. Now we use this here in order to find the value of A and our B, while we use this part here to solve for our values. Please take note. Now we are given this, that is, the question is said to be a binary operation asterisk. Now some symbol, this is the symbol that is used in the binary operation here. We can have this asterisk, we can have this, we can have this, depending. But anything written at the left side is always the binary operation, while anything written at the right side is called the mathematical operation. Please take note. So if you look into this particular question, that is A asterisk 2, that means is taking the place of the binary operation part, which is this guy here. So on that comparison, okay, let's just solve the question first, please. Okay, now I have this to be, I have the question to be A asterisk B. That is A asterisk B is equal to AB. So let's compare. Let's compare. Comparing this here, that is comparing this part with this here. We can easily write down the value of A and the value of B. Now the value of A here, class, the value of A here is said to be A from the evaluation, while the value of B is said to be 2. Okay, so we have two mathematical operation here. We have this part as the mathematical operation, we have this part as the mathematical operation. So class, let's try to evaluate the two parts here. Now the first part for mathematical operation here is said to be A raised of B is equal to, which is 2 minus A. Please take note, these are the two parts here. AB is equal to 2 minus A. AB, that is the mathematical operation part, 2 minus A is the mathematical operation part. Okay, now let's replace the values here. Now the value of A is A, the value of B is 2, so this is going to be A raised of 2 is equal to 2 minus A. So let's take like terms here. When we take like terms here, of course the value of the power of A here is 2, which is leading us to quadratic equation. So when a variable have the power of 2, when a variable have the power of 2, we call that particular equation quadratic. Okay, now solving this, I have to take like terms to arrange this in a standard expression of quadratic, which is said to be a squared plus a minus 2 is equal to 0. A squared plus a minus equal to 0. So we have method in solving quadratic. We have factorization method. We have completing the square method. We have graphical method and all. So in this question here, we are using factorization method, and I will show you the shortcut here. So whenever we are solving quadratic equation and the highest power, which is the power of the square there, is said to be 1. This is the shortcut to do. Is the coefficient said to be 1. This is what to do here. This is shortcut in solving this. Find the target factor and invert their signs. Find the target factors and invert their signs. That means find the root of the quadratic and invert their signs. So before we find the root here, we have to find the target factor. To find the target factor here, I have to multiply this, what is at the front of this a square, to what is at the front of this c, which is a constant value. So it means that our target factor is equal to 2, minus 2, sorry. It means that our target factor is equal to minus 2. So we have to find two things that when you multiply them, we are going to have minus 2, and when you subtract or add up them, we are going to have 1. There's invisible 1 here. So we have this, the first one here, we consider minus 2 times 1. Minus 2 times 1 will give us minus 2, but minus 2 plus 1 will give us minus 1. That means this guy here is not the real factor to what we are solving here. So now let's try to choose the next one here. That is minus 1 times 2 will give us minus 2, and minus 1 plus 2 will give us 1. That means this particular factor here is the real factor. So now how do we know the root? So the roots here are said to be, listen to me, the root here are said to be, the root of this particular quadratic are said to be, we have this to be minus 1 and 2. So I told you guys that whenever the square part, whenever this part here is said to be units, that is said to be 1. Whenever this square part is said to be 1, that you don't need to solve that. Just know the root and invert their signs. Just know the root of that quadratic, invert their signs. So invert the sign, their signs. So this is going to be minus 2 and 1. So the answer is said to be minus 2 and 1. Please take note. Okay, we are going to solve some shortcuts. Please take note of this. Uniport UTME exam is OBJ, so nobody will look into what you are solving. All you just have to know the shortcut and also know the possible exam question. And our channel will give you guys all the possible exam question. All you just need to do is hit the subscribe button, and you get all the exam possible question in Uniport UTME exam. Okay, thank you.